Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Anything, the self-harm edition. That's right, we're back. You're welcome. Today's question is it's a good one. It's an important one, so listen up. What should I not say to my young person who's carrying out self-harming behaviors? What a question. What a necessary question. I can hear you asking me why. Let me tell you. How many of you would actually agree that words are powerful? They have an impact. They leave a mark. Whoever said that nonsense about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, that person needs to come have a discussion with me, because that was a lie. And words do hurt, and words can leave scars. And so this question is really important, because what you'll find is so many young people talk about some of the things that people have said that have triggered them, or some of the things that have caused them to spiral in a way that was purely maybe because the person did mean well, but it didn't come across that way. So we want to give you or let you know some of the key phrases to avoid, to just skedaddle past, so that you can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So let's go. The first phrase is, I know how you feel. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but I say this to kind of show that I relate. I'm saying this to let them know, like to get down on their level, to let them know that they're not in this alone. Sadly, when you say, I know how you feel, sometimes people can feel like you're taking the attention off them and you're putting it on yourself. Sometimes they can feel like you're trying to say that you've been through what they've been through, though you probably haven't. And even if you have been through a similar situation, it's not exactly the same. So you don't actually know how they feel. We all know what the feeling of anger is like, but we don't all experience it in the same way, if you get what I'm saying. And so maybe instead of saying, I know how you feel, you can say, you know what, I don't fully understand, but I would like to. That's a great suggestion. I agree. Next phrase. Now this is one that, sometimes parents, I know that when you find out this information, or carers, you be going through it. There's a lot that's going on emotionally, internally, but saying things like, this is all my fault, or I feel like a bad parent, it doesn't help the young person. It doesn't help them, because they now go from being the person who's being cared for to trying to care for you, trying to look after your feelings, your emotions, and make sure that you're doing okay in the midst of something that's really big for them. So how about we just don't? Again, we're sticking with, maybe I don't fully understand this, but I would like to. We're sticking with phrases like, I'm concerned about you. The focus is on the young person. The focus isn't on you. Now, this isn't to say you can't have all your feels. It's just to say that you shouldn't have all your feels on the young person until they're actually in a headspace and they're healed enough and far enough into their journey that they can actually handle what you are feeling as well. Another phrase to avoid. This is just attention seeking.
I hate this phrase.
I hate the words attention seeking. They make my blood boil, because let me tell you something. Even if this is attention seeking behavior, I need you to understand that for someone to get to the point that they would hurt themselves to try and get your attention means that whatever they're going through is really, really, really disturbing them. And so instead of saying things like, this is just attention seeking behavior, try and work out what is actually wrong. What is going on behind the scenes that's making you behave in this particular way? How about just asking them, how are you feeling, or what was going on when you carried out this before you carried out this self-harming behavior, and when you carried it out? Let's try and work out what the trigger is. And the last phrase that we're going to talk about today is, I thought you were better than this. Guys, saying those words to a young person who's struggling with this behavior is probably something that they've already thought about themselves. You're just adding and confirming the guilt, the shame, the the way they're condemning themselves, you're adding and giving them evidence that they should be feeling that way. So let's just avoid telling them what you thought or who you thought they were, because the reality is they went through something, they are where they are, and the point is to get them from this point to somewhere better. That is it from this video. Really what we're trying to say is say no to judgment, say no to trying to push yourselves and your opinions and your viewpoints and your feelings on this young person, and be there for them. All right, cool. Are you down with that? Fabulous. I will see you in next week's video. And until then, peace.